Nietzsche, the gay science. What would happen if, one day or one night, a demon were to creep stealthily into the most solitary of your solitudes and say to you, "This life, as you now live it and have lived it, you will have to live once more and innumerable times more. And there will be nothing new in it, but every pain and every joy, and every thought and sigh, and everything in your life, infinitely small and great, must return to you, all in the same sequence and succession. Even this spider, and this moonlight among the branches, even this moment, and myself. The eternal hourglass of existence is turned upside down again and again, and you with it, speck of dust. Would you not throw yourself down and gnash your teeth and curse the demon who spoke thus? Or have you ever experienced a tremendous moment in which you would have answered him, "You are a god, and never have I heard anything more divine"?
If that thought were to take hold of you as you are now, it would transform you, perhaps crush you. The question for everything, do you want this once more and countless times more, would weigh upon your actions as the heaviest burden? Or how much would you have to love yourself and life to desire nothing more than this final, eternal confirmation, this seal? Time coils upon itself. From being linear, the demon whispers in our ear, it transforms into circular. The first reaction, perfectly human, is panic. Why do we react this way? Because the road we travel, each of our lives, always appears linear to us. Past, present, future, one step after another, yesterday, today, tomorrow, and we always feel we are heading towards something, striving to reach some kind of goal. But what goal? The salvation of the soul once upon a time. Success now measured in economic and technological terms. It's a matter of perspective, and perspectives change with historical eras. It is, in a way, a reassuring perspective. What is wrong today can certainly change for the better. And there is always something that is wrong. Because our capacity for desire, our thirst for more, our restlessness fueled by needs to be satisfied and fears to be alleviated, is infinite. But here's the good news. There is still an endpoint. There is meaning. Life has meaning. And what gives it meaning is the ultimate goal that guides our lives from the outside. What gives today meaning and value is tomorrow, the promise of tomorrow. There is an endpoint, a telos, in Greek, end, purpose. A teleologically oriented time is characteristic of the Judeo-Christian worldview. There is an alpha and an omega, creation and judgment day, and in between, the saving descent of the Redeemer. Today depends on tomorrow, which depends on yesterday. It is reassuring to know we are moving towards something called God. But God is dead. We have a problem, Houston. God is dead and remains dead, as the madman declared in another passage of the gay science, the famous aphorism 125. What does this mean? It is the conception of cyclical, eternal time, typical of ancient cultures. The reason for everything is not outside the world. It is not something extraterrestrial. "I beseech you, my brothers, remain faithful to the earth," Zarathustra pleaded. There is no ultimate reason beyond this. The cosmos, as Heraclitus said, is a fire that kindles at the right time and is extinguished at the right time. It returns to itself, does not crave a further meaning, nor tends toward a transcendent God because it is entirely autonomous. The cosmos is divine. Nature is God, as Spinoza, another philosopher dear to Nietzsche, said. So we can do without the God of the Old Testament. But to perceive circularity, as the ancients said, requires elevation. Without elevation, one cannot attain that view from above, that allows one to see the whole of which one is a part. It takes the eyes of an eagle to contemplate the great wheel of time, the curve that bends eternally and eternally returns. But above all, it takes the stomach of an eagle to digest this vision, because suddenly the veil is torn away and you see that things are just as they are, nothing more. And that things as they are, to borrow a phrase from the common Buddhism of the French writer Hervé Clerc, include your life, your fate, your daemon. And guess what? You must accept it as it is. You cannot escape it. You cannot shirk this task. Life must be accepted as it presents itself. Lame, imperfect, depressing, ecstatic, mad, horrific. Do you understand? Do you grasp the burden that Nietzsche's Zarathustra speaks of? Raise your hand if you are capable of living every moment of your life, loving what the heavens, so to speak, send you, here and now, if you have a stomach strong enough to endure such a vision. Perhaps we can manage it for a few seconds, for a minute. Perhaps a sufficiently enlightened Zen monk could endure it for a few hours. But we cannot. We need to catch our breath. We immediately go into apnea. And here we are, diving back into the neurosis of fleeting time. Time that rushes toward a future that never arrives. A future that today collapses, flattens ever more rapidly into a present made of consumption. Consumption, ringtones, entertainment, numbness, quiet despair. To free ourselves with a scream, there is only here and now, hic nunc. Tomorrow is now, yesterday is now. Now everything will return. Now everything has returned. Now everything is returning. The meaning of the world is within the world, and it is precisely this perspectival meaninglessness, this insatiable hunger for meaning that you are feeling at this very moment. Accept it. There is nothing else. Or rather, yes, love. Love, which does not mean mere acceptance, but being in the here and now with open eyes, embracing this here and now. It is the feeling that the Stoics called amor fati, the love of fate, and that Spinoza called amor Dei intellectualis, the intellectual love of God. The ability to be in the whole as part of the whole. It is staggering. Without a doubt, this is the final seal. To place oneself in the position of God, to renounce God. Alas, it is a crushing responsibility. Do you understand? Do you feel this weight too? To put yourself in the place of the Father. And then the vision manifests. War das Leben? Wohlan noch einmal. Was that life? This is life? Very well, once more.
Onward. To hell with it. It's fine as it is. I want to say yes to this life, to affirm it as it is. I regret nothing, for there is nothing to regret, no guilt to bear. If I must die, I will die light. To hell with it, no more burdens on my shoulders. What I have done, what I have lived, what I am living, I cannot help but do it. I would do it 100, 1,000 times, an infinite number of times, because it is my destiny, and I am my destiny. Do you understand? Do you truly understand? This is amor fati. This means becoming who you are, embracing your destiny. This is the essence of Zarathustra's teaching. Nietzsche's eternal return is not just a philosophical idea. It is an overwhelming astrophysical vision, one that would shake even sci-fi visionaries like Philip K. Dick. Before we die, we should at least live. And with that, in honor of Nietzsche and Zarathustra, I shall be a little wicked myself. I leave you to yourselves.